No worries, pal.
All right, so I'll just start a little intro quickly and then get going.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so today we've got the Isle of Man Open champion, two-time back-to-back PDC Development Tour winner, and more recently, Jack, a Modus Weekly debut winner. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Thank you. You?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Do you know what? Unbelievable to get in touch with you the way we have as well, through a mate that you're studying in uni with as well.
Yeah,
So
I know.
massively
Yeah,
grateful for that, yeah.
luck. Very luck.
Yeah, very much lucky. So, just want to start, mate. Where did your journey in darts begin?
Well, I started off playing pub darts. The story was I was playing snooker in the club with one of my mates, and the darts team was short of a player, so they asked me if I wanted to play, so I said yeah. And then ever since then, I've not really looked back. That was every Friday, and then started playing Wednesdays in a league, and then went to Thursdays, and then started playing comps during the week on Mondays and Tuesdays. Then started off doing Saturday comps, Sunday comps. So I've been doing them for years, and then obviously got to a point where I thought I was actually pretty good at this game. So I
So, how long ago was this?
oh, 3 years ago.
Wow, really? So you've made that much of a
I know.
development already.
Yeah. I was like, a steady 80 average player probably this time last year, and then got in touch with a guy in the PDC who's now my manager. He sent me to the two dev tours last year, at the back end of the year. Did pretty well, so I've carried it on.
God, brilliant, mate! Absolutely unbelievable. And look what it's got you now, Modus. How was that?
I
What
know,
was the
mate.
experience like there?
It was unbelievable, mate. I said I've been looking forward to it since I got the call up, and I knew I'd been playing well since the Q score didn't go great. The first challenge show after that, I played quite well. So I was just kind of gone off that performance, and then development tour came. I did pretty well there. Felt confident going into it. Then took that into the Isle of Man. Um, Played unbelievable there and got the main comp one. Um, and then I got the call up for Modus, and I was absolutely buzzing with it. I was practicing hard leading up to the week, and then I think every game I just felt really good going into every game.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So how is the process of them inviting you? Is it simply just a phone call through your management? Do they get your number or?
So I'd already won a Modus qualifier last year. Um, so I was originally supposed to be on week 12, which was in a couple of weeks.
Right. Okay.
Um, and then after them two development tours, Modus emailed my manager asking if I can go on earlier.
Nice. Right. And you had some unbelievable moments as well. You know, the clips. It seemed like all that was on Modus's social media at the time was just Jack
I know,
Drayton
yeah.
pinned the 142 finish, or has a shocker with his seventh dart on the ninth.
Oh
And
my god, that was bad. That was bad. I
it's
think
brilliant though. The clip's brilliant. And I'll insert the clip when I do little clips for the TikTok or whatever. I'll insert the
yeah.
clip of your reaction to the seventh and all. It's
It was funny. I think because he hit a 180 as well to lead the 136. I thought I'm gonna have to have to take this out point, no doubt. And then I just I just got a rush of adrenaline, and it just
yeah,
went.
yeah. It's one of them. It's just well, I say that like I've tried hitting nines before and all that. I get one into a nine and I think, oh, it's on. But
I know.
yeah, oh, brilliant, mate. And then that 142 finish. I wanted to talk to you about this as well because the way you went through it, starting on 17s. I don't think I've seen that sort of route before. Is that the sort of route that you'd always go with? Is that a 17
Uh,
at some point? Or
yeah, I've always gone on that route. On 142, I think it's just easier. Um, think just because you're throwing two darts at the same treble, so easier to get them in and easy to it. And then it leaves me a clear dart at tops. Whereas if you go treble 20 and then treble 14 and then you got tops left, you're kind of blocking it a little bit with your first
yeah,
treble. Um, But then if someone prefers double 16, they'll go treble 20, bull, double 16.
Yeah, of
But
course, yeah.
yeah, I just prefer the 17s route.
It was amazing because, like I said, I'd seen it on the clip as well that Modus had put up, said Jack Drayton checks out 142 in an incredible way. I was thinking, oh, I had a look at it. 17s. Wow, Jesus. Something that I've not seen before personally. But so moving on from Modus, you signed with Target,
Yep.
Target Elite One. Talk us about that. How did that come about and what does that entail, all that?
So again, this was during my during the last two development tours last year. Um, I'd started playing quite well and getting a little small name for myself. So I had sponsor. I had Windmau, Unicorn, Red Dragon, approached me, asking for like meetings and stuff, talking about contracts and that. And then my manager got in touch with Target, see if they could do a good contract for me, and they managed to do it. Windmau offered more money, but I'd have to change pretty much my whole setup. So I
Right.
didn't really want to do that. So I went with Target, went with the less money, but I get quite a lot of bonuses with it from winning different tournaments.
Well, that must be
So
quite amazing, though. Like you said, you only started playing a few years ago, and now one of the major darts companies, manufacturer companies,
I
where
know, yeah.
they're asking for your signature. It must be amazing. It must be quite surreal.
Oh, oh, it is, mate. I say it was an honour to sign with them. To be honest, obviously the best dart brand in the world. But like I say, this time last year, I didn't think I'd be at this point. To be
No,
honest, like I didn't think I'd be, doing this while on development tour, the Isle of Man, Modus. Didn't think I'd be anywhere near what I am. But yeah, to be with Target and to be associated with the best players in the world it's good.
fair play on you, mate. And you were mentioning then everything you've played in already. I just want to ask you about your life outside of dart as well, but how you manage that. So you're currently in university, Myers Co. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I did ask Hugh about the pronunciation of it as well. You're also a very good golfer, isn't that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So yeah. So what are you playing off at the moment?
Scratch.
I thought so. Yeah, that's incredible. To be
Yeah.
that good at both sports is just amazing. But how do you sort of manage your university life with all the comps, and are uni quite good with
Um.
understanding, the
Yeah.
competitive deal?
Yeah. The only really it's only really been like these last few months where I've had a lot of tournaments going on that it's like they're like multiple days. But yeah, the uni they're quite lenient with it. Because they know obviously how good I am, and I could probably make a career out of it. They just let me have the time off, just as long as I get the work done as well, which they're not fussed about.
No.
Um, but yeah, no, life outside of darts is pretty much just working. I work at Fleetwood Golf Club doing greenkeeping there. Um, and then obviously I go to uni and then try find time to play golf as well. Um, so there's a lot of things I can do to take my mind off darts if I need to. Um, but yeah, a very busy life.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, you mentioned that uni sort of understand that you could make that a career. You're studying golf management, is that right?
Yep.
Yes. You've got to a point yet where you need to pick between one of them, or what do you want
Um,
to do mainly? Do you think you're good enough to one day be in the PDC and go full time in darts, or
yeah. Um, I do. I think I've already kind of made my decision now. Um, I think I made it. I probably made it a long time ago. Um, because from like September onwards last year, I was like I was playing loads of darts comps, but not playing like as much golf. But that was only when darts was a hobby. I was only playing it like for fun. Um, but I think I've got to a stage now where, especially after Q school, I've got to a point where I think darts is the route I'm going down. So I'm just trying to, get uni finished, done as quick as I can, just so I can concentrate on my darts career. And then if that doesn't go to plan, I've got my golf career to have backup.
I mean, it's not a bad option, is it, to be that good at two different sports where you can
No,
decide.
no,
"Oh, that
it's quite good to be honest. Yeah.
Amazing. But a lot of hard work, I suppose. It doesn't just get
Oh,
handed to you, does it? Yeah, it's
nice.
credit to
I've
you for everything, mate.
put a lot of practice in to get this good.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine you really have. So I put a little video out on my TikTok saying I was interviewing you, and what we usually do with these interviews is I'll try and get 3 questions from some of my followers to
Yep.
ask you. So I'll just start with them. We've got Jack Owen, who would you have heard of Jack? He's quite a good player around locally as well. I think he hit a 9 darter the other day in one of his comps and all that, and he's
No.
only 15, I think, 14, 15. But he's asked, do you have any advice to youngsters getting into darts and improving his game? And obviously, you're still so young yourself.
I know it's crazy to be honest because it feels like I've been doing this for years. Um, I'd probably say just if you're gonna do darts, just do it. Like, don't think about stuff. Don't think about your grip, your throw. Just literally just pick your dart up and throw it, and if you and just keep doing that repetitively. Um, there's no point changing darts, changing your grip, changing your throw all the time because then you'll never get better. Um, I've dealt with a lot of people who do that, and they're just stuck on one level. But yeah, you just for youngsters like 10 to 15 years old, just obviously enjoy the game. Don't let anything let you down, but try get ahead of people as well. Like when other kids aren't practicing, you're practicing on the board, getting
Yeah,
like an extra 2 or 3 hours more than them. But yeah, just repetitiveness, same grip, same throw, and you'll improve quickly.
perfect. And then another lad called Ellis Roberts. He asked, "How do you manage? Have you learned to manage your nerves going for a double or a winning double or whatever, or is it sort of just the same as your previous 2 darts or your previous, you know, do you really change your mindset that much, or have you learned to sort of manage it a bit?
Um, no, you don't. I don't really change my mind or anything. You just take it leg by leg, and if you've got a leg to win the match, don't don't think it's for the match. Think it's just for another leg.
Yeah,
Because then once you start thinking it's for the match, then that's when your nerves will start kicking in. Especially if you're playing in something big as well. Um, yeah, with me, I just it's just the same. I know that it's for the match, but I just you kind of just not think about it, just throw it.
yeah.
Don't have a lot of thoughts uh going into your head because once you start thinking about stuff and nerves start kicking in, it's not darts and nerves don't go together
No,
because
no.
you'll
Have you
never.
practiced that much on doubles at all? Or because there's that famous
Uh,
quote from Phil Taylor. I know he's obviously the greatest to do it, but he said, "If I can hit a treble consistently, why do I need to practice on doubles when they're twice the size?" So
yeah.
I see
Um,
both sides of it. Do you practice that much on doubles? And if so, what is it
not
you tend to do?
not really. I'm more of practicing as a scorer. I could throw at 20s for hours and hours on end. So I think scoring is a massive part or a massive good part of my game. Um, and then doubles they'll just come to you.
Yeah,
I'll practice combination finishes going for 60 to 90. Just practice them. But yeah, you don't really need to focus much on doubles. They'll just like Phil said, the twice the size.
yeah.
You'd rather focus on the smaller targets and the bigger targets because you're more likely to miss the smaller ones. But yeah, doubles will just come to you.
Yeah, of course. And last question from the TikTok questions is, but I think you've answered it already. Don't have the name of the person that's asked you it, but which do you want to succeed in more, golf or darts? And I'm guessing, obviously, now it'll be darts, but
Yeah.
is there still a bit of you
Um.
that want sort of? you really do want to succeed in the golf side of things, or is it completely darts now for you? Is it just focusing about finishing university and getting darts? Or
I think I think because money wise, better better for golf because you can earn loads and loads of money at this day and age, and that's the way darts is going at the minute. Um, but with with golf, it's like you're in a different country every week,
yeah,
and it can get hard. It's a ridiculous standard of golf at the minute. It can get hard. You know, if you've got family and kids as well, you're going to be away from them most of the time. Whereas now, I know a lot of people on the tour who, especially like the top dogs, they've got they have a lot of time off between different tournaments, and because if they do well in a certain, it's like with the pro tours, you could play the first 7 pro tours, you could win 2, get to quarters in a couple of them. You've got a decent ranking money, um, so you can afford to have a few weeks off on the pro tour,
yeah, of
and you
course,
can spend 2 or 3 weeks with your family. So
yeah,
I think family wise, especially for me as well, because I'm gonna kind of be a family man. Darts is it's just more chilled as well,
yeah,
not as serious. Where with golf, you need to be like, the comps are Thursday to Sunday, and then you could be playing in Italy, and then you might have to fly out to India on the Monday,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
go play the comp that week. So it'll be hard to like obviously see your family and stuff. But yeah, for me, I think now it's more. I'd probably rather succeed in darts just because I think it's just more entertaining.
Fair play, mate. And then just to finish off, what does a successful 12 months now in darts look like for Jack Drayton? What are you thinking? Are you thinking winning a Motor Series, or what's a successful 12 months for you now?
I think from now, because getting to you know, obviously I'm already at Lakeside, um, but I'd rather get to Ali Pali at the end of the year. So my main focus is on that. If I don't get it, I've got Lakeside, so it's going to be a good end to the year, whatever.
Yes, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I'd want to win Champions Week at Modus. That'll be unbelievable. And then doing well on the Challenge Tour as well, getting my ranking points up there. Hopefully winning the Development Tour ranking table, currently second. So hopefully I have a good chance in that. Um, and then just winning different tournaments here and there. And obviously, hopefully, my game gets loads better. But this time next year, hopefully, I'd have a tour card.
I love it, mate. Aim high always, mate. You've definitely got
Right, mate.
all the potential to do it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No worries, Jack. Well, thank you very much, mate. You'll have to pop down to Holyhead as well for a whack on the course against
Oh
Keano
no, I
Webster.
will. I will.
Yeah, you'll have to one day when you get a chance.
I will. I'll say once I finish uni, I've got a fair bit of time on my hands, so I'm sure I can make the trip down there.
Nice one, mate. Okay, Jack. Thank you very much.
No worries, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Take care, mate. See you later.
Keano.